Welcome, agents, to strain, what are we at? 32-PTG of the 0 Point Report, a broadcast all about the news surrounding the Secret World IP. Today is Thursday, December 3rd, 2020, and I'm your host for this evening, Ocho. With me tonight, we have Jimmy the Rabbit.
Hey-o.
Hey, Jimmy, how are you? And we have... And we have Ember.
Hey, how's it going?
It's doing okay. Doing all right. Hanging in there. So welcome to the show where we talk and we discuss all about the secret world. Jimmy, you're wearing a giant backpack. I see that. It is...
Wait, have you guys not seen this yet?
No. That is new to me.
So this is something that drops... Just going to back into Ember.
Is it from the...
it drops from the E17 raid.
Oh, okay. Okay.
There's also a version of it that comes from the new patron chests.
And it looks like it's also for faction dependent.
Yeah, it's got the faction logo on the back. But let's see. Yeah, there's this one, and there's another one that comes from the scenario patron chest. So randomly, if you open a scenario patron chest, you could get this cosmetic drop, which is the giant backpack.
So that is new, dropped in with the rebalance. And I don't remember seeing that in Secret World Prime.
No. This is something different. I think. Also, I believe it was supposed to be for, I think the reason it exists at all, actually, is the Night Team 4 backpack.
Okay.
Was a promotion item for, like, if you, was it Kickstarter, right? Which they, to my knowledge, have never given out, because I supported that. I've never gotten it. I know other people that have never gotten it and have complained about it. I believe it's something fell off on the Night Team 4 side. Like they never gave codes or they never gave the list to Funcom or whatever.
Okay.
But the item exists in game. So it looks like what they did is they already had the military backpack model. Right? So like, let's use it for something.
Yeah, let's just reskin
the logo on it. You know? So instead of having like the Night Team 4 logo on the back, which is what it would have had, right? I have like the trench coats and stuff that have like that logo. I think it would have had that. Instead, it has the faction logo slapped on the back of it. I don't actually know what the patron one looks like. The patron chest one. I haven't gotten that one yet. I assume it's probably the same with maybe a different logo or no logo.
Maybe no logo, possibly.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I haven't seen it. I'm not sure who has that. If anybody has it,
so I haven't received any. I've done a number of patron chests, and I haven't received any cosmetics from them yet. So the cosmetics are a fairly low drop.
I've gotten I don't know if I say maybe not a bunch, but I've gotten a handful.
Okay.
Mostly stuff you would never see me wearing because it's like mass stuff. So you don't see it.
I'm pretty sure I'm still on my streak of not actually getting an agent from any generic zone mission.
I'm right there with you. I see the icons and it says a low chance.
Oh yeah,
right. There's like no chance.
All right, so I'll put on some stuff so you can see if you want to look, Ember. This is
he took off the hat, the head.
Craziness.
Yeah, a rare look without my bunny head on. This is the nefarious captain's hat.
Okay,
it's from a patron chest. And what else do I have? I have like 3 or 4 things by now.
I think you have I saw you had a hook hand, right?
Yeah, I got a hook hand. I was wearing that for a while. That was pretty sweet. But I have another like pretty sure I have another headpiece. I'm trying to remember what the hell it was called. It's something weird. It's either a headpiece or it's a face piece.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, because I have this. Let me remove the kit. There.
Okay.
This is the Calvera mask. That looks pretty sweet. Honestly, I like that thing.
That's from a patron drop.
Yeah, that's our patron chest.
There's one similar if you brought stuff over from TSW. There's one. Say what was it?
I'll say, but I have that mask.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too.
I think it was an item of the month.
Okay.
Yeah, it was an item of the month.
I don't know about all, but a lot of item of the months are in the
Calvera mask.
Okay.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but look, it looks a little different. Oh, that could just be female, I suppose.
But just look at the bottom. It does say it comes from Patron Chest Dungeon.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I have another face one somewhere. I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, the lunar drog mask. I know this was a item of the month. I remember seeing this. I think.
I don't think I've ever seen that one. That's fun.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
I'm pretty sure that was. I want to say I've seen this in TSW, like in the store, and I couldn't get it or something.
No, I haven't seen that in the store either.
I mean, in TSW maybe.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
in TSW.
Yeah.
TSW, I don't remember seeing that.
Oh yeah, this one.
Yeah, I have that one.
Venetian mask. That's patron chest scenario.
Okay, so just basically a way for them to put all of the items that they had that just hadn't made it into the game yet. It's just a good way to put it in there.
Yeah, even the backpack, right? It just seems like oh, we have all this stuff. Why not use it?
Yeah, why not? Why not put it as a drop somewhere?
Which seems good. I like.
We have all these art assets still around. How about we use them?
Yeah. Right.
I paid good money for the item of the month years ago.
Yeah, that was in a different game.
On demand exclusive.
So
that's right. Yeah, not the same game.
I hated those arguments back in TSW. I was like, who cares? You have it. Shut up. Yeah, I was never down with that whole like exclusivity thing.
Yeah.
Hey, Masick. And also hi to Uni and Zoom. Hey guys.
It looks like there's a burb behind you too.
You got a bomber sneaking up on you.
Look out!
You can't see it because of the backpack.
But it also protects me. See, that's all my inventory fits in that backpack. That's what happens when you have a minimum 35 item inventory. You just carry it all with you.
Oh, you should see my backpack.
Your backpack's called a fucking house.
If you're carrying all of that on you.
This one I got from a patron chest dungeon. This is the Tentacle Topper Blue.
Ooh, I haven't seen that in blue.
No, I've seen the red or like the fiery, and then
and it's snowing around it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Like just around the hat.
Just around the hat.
That's different.
Yeah,
that's definitely different.
The blue is ice. If you didn't catch that part,
I was gonna say, yeah, it's there's the fiery tentacle topper, and now we have the icy tentacle topper.
Yeah,
the more tentacles, the better. And a toxic one, correct, Masick?
Oh yeah, the green one, yeah.
I'm trying to see if there's anything else I've forgotten. Like I said. I mean, okay, I've been getting the patron things like literally every day. So, I've been really diligent about making sure I spend all my keys. But yeah, like I've gotten a fair amount of cosmetics.
Oh yeah, Vollmer. Yeah, Jimmy without his mask. I know, right? Shock.
yeah. I'm taking one for the team here, showing off the different patron chest stuff. Trying to see if I had.
This face is actually the mask.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
wait.
it's 2020.
I do have another one. The Quetzal.
Oh yeah, I've seen those. I don't have that though. You can only get that during the 2012 one, right? Event.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they haven't added any of the 2012 end of days stuff really.
But yeah, check that out. That's the headdress. I should have made a list of what I've gotten because I don't really remember. I'm just going through.
Just go through your entire thing and just see where it comes from.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing, honestly.
Gonna be making
this name doesn't look real familiar, so I'm gonna click on it and see what it says. But yeah, there's lots of cool stuff from the patron. I think now is worth it just for the patron chest. A lot of cool stuff drops from them, by the way.
And the patron chest is what they basically just added as when they took away the keys as part of the rebalance. They took away dungeon keys, they took away scenario keys, and just basically said, hey, if you're a patron, you get one chest a day that is special to the different types of gameplay there are. And then everyone else can just get the basic chest, but as many times as they want.
Yeah, there's the hook hand. I got that from a patron chest dungeon. I love the hook hand. It looks so great when I was dual wielding pistols and the little hook hands like holding a pistol. That's awesome.
It's similar to like in Sea of Thieves because you got this hook hand, you're loading up your blunderbuss, and it's like bloop. It's like, how does this work?
You're like, I don't know how this works. Weird. Yeah, but hey,
physics.
Yeah, hey, it does.
Who needs it? There's I don't have it, but I've seen it on other people. There's a really weird version of the Horseman's mask.
Yes.
From the Rider event.
Mm-hmm.
There is a bizarre ass version of that. It looks kind of like that, but weird. Like I don't know how else to explain it. It looks really, really weird. I'm just trying to see if I have anything else. I think that might be. Wait. What's this? Oh, there's one more. Let me remove the hat. This is Mask of the Malali.
Oh yeah,
Malali?
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yep, I remember
Something
that.
Like that.
Yep.
So I don't know how many different ones I've just shown off, but that's how many drops I've gotten.
Mostly it looks like all the masks essentially.
Some masks, some headpieces, and the one hook hand.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've had any other hand
or headpieces.
pieces,
Yeah, mostly.
But I could.
I
be
wonder
wrong.
if they're going through all the old assets for this and just adding them on occasion. I think the old items of the month stuff.
Yeah, I think they just threw them all. I think they chucked them in there because other people have gotten different things than I've gotten.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there is
night vision goggles. I see is a scenario patron chest.
There's a shirt. Hold on. There's at least one shirt I have. I don't know if I have more than one shirt because I kind of forget. But boom.
Oh, okay. League of Monster
nice.
Slayers.
Patron chest layer.
Okay.
I wish you could search your dressing room by just say patron. That would be nice to find this.
That would be quite easy.
There's no marker. I literally just remember there's shirts. I don't know if I have any other shirts, and I probably have more shirts than anything else. So I don't know if I'm going to go through them all.
Might have to try to get Vollmer to go through and add that to TSW TV.
Oh yeah.
I wonder Vollmer's been working on stuff. I don't know. I know they have the agents. I don't know if Vollmer has
all the stuff that they added.
The event, like not events, but yeah, the items.
I'm just going through the dressing room, seeing if there's anything fun. There is an Innsmouth Academy T-shirt that is part of the Lair patron chest as well.
I don't think I have that one, but I've seen other people with it.
Black with a white Innsmouth Academy logo. That's actually looks really nice.
It does. I've seen it. One of my Cabal members has it, but they have it on an alt, and they're really annoyed because they didn't get it on their main. They just have it on their alt. It's not dropping, and this is why I don't run patron keys on my alts.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's character bound, and I don't give a crap about them. They're there to be, sweatshop workers. They're not there to get stuff. They're there to earn me marks.
Mm-hmm. Like, you don't get the good stuff. The main character gets the good stuff.
Exactly. Oh crap! Did I never
hundreds of shirts that we have.
There we go. All right, we're back to normal now. Hey, there's Felix Wolf. How's it going?
Howdy.
Cheers.
Welcome. So, so this is a podcast that is all about the news surrounding Secret World Legends. We don't have a whole bunch of news though this episode. We're in between the Samhain event, the October Samhain event, and then the beginning of the winter event, which are the two biggest events in Secret World. So right now anniversary 2, yeah.
Anniversary
3, okay, out of the 3 biggest, yeah.
3, yeah.
I was going to throw that out there. Anniversary is pretty large event.
The top
That's
3, the
small
top 3.
potatoes.
Right? We don't have an Arbor Day event yet.
Yeah, I could see like the Equinox is probably like our Arbor Day, right? That's... And Valentine's Day is actually been bumped up pretty decently.
I would say Valentine's Day has started to become a much bigger event
since last year. And since it has its own new mission now, like that's kind of a thing. But definitely, yeah, winter is pretty large. Also, I kind of find it funny, like the Thanksgiving like sale, like the Cyber Monday, Black Friday sale in the game dropped square in between our episodes. So we didn't announce it, and now it's over. Sorry.
Oops.
Just right in between, yeah.
Just so happened to drop in between our episodes. So.
No, we did promote it on our Twitter though. So I mean, we did put it out there. Just
yeah.
But
there was a lot of stuff. There was a lot of stuff on sale. If you wanted to get Sprint 5 and 6, they were like half off.
Half off Sprint 5 and 6, yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty insane. I think of all the things that and I bought some booster packs of the Freemasons because those were on sale. And I actually managed to get one of the agents I was missing.
Ooh.
So now I'm only missing one Freemason agent. And God knows how many more packs I'll have to buy to get that one agent.
Just one agent.
Because that's
saving them up
at speed.
And it's a purple one, right? It's one of the epic ones, obviously. But I got a purple in like 2 packs. I bought 2 packs on sale and got one of the purples I was missing.
Felix has a quick question, if I may. Those marks that get dropped out of the boxes that you open with those daily patron keys, what are they even for?
The marks?
I think he's talking about the.
Do you mean the shifters?
No, I think he's talking about the secondary currency. The
marks of, no,
not the marks of favor. We got you the Third Age fragments.
No, I don't think those dropped from there. Do they? I don't think they drop from there.
No, they drop from the loot boxes.
Yeah, they drop from loot boxes.
Right. Oh, he's talking about a different daily key?
Yeah, okay, so not the patron key. Well, I guess it's not. Is it? We call it a cache key.
The cache key.
You mean that you open the caches with, right? And it's the third age fragments?
I'm assuming that's what he's talking about. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, third age fragments. Okay. So third age fragments.
They are in effect. They're in effect the secondary currency that comes from opening loot boxes. Most games have this. You know, if you don't get what you like, you get this secondary currency that you can use to buy maybe what you actually like out of the loot box without actually getting it. And you can spend these basically in Agartha, in the main mall, in the Agartha mall.
Ember, follow me.
Follow the white rabbit.
Yes, if I can remember what side of the Agartha he's on.
I believe the right side.
Yeah, where Oach is going. There we go. This is the cache locksmith.
Mm-hmm.
If you open this, for the current cache, he has stuff that costs third age fragments. So you can buy like helmet, boots, gloves, pants, vest.
Which the current cache is the Oni War cache?
Yeah, it changed.
Mm-hmm.
Changed. Okay.
And yeah, Massic, it's a different color variation. That is true.
And then also over here, this next vendor over.
Yeah, I use this one all the time, actually.
The vendors of Lucky Baubles.
They give you purples. You have to be level 50, but they give you purples. There's a talisman one and a weapon one.
Yep. And I mean, they're still only 2-star. They're not, or 2-pip. They're not even full 3-pip.
Right, but I just buy them for fodder.
I would say, but if you buy them to basically throw in just to make a purple to mix together.
Yeah. If you have a purple, you can just buy another purple and then upgrade it. Yes, saving them would be a good idea.
Mm-hmm. I say these cost 300 a piece.
Yeah, I'm down to like 1,500 third age fragments because I've spent like 2,000 fragments on the purple pieces because I've been upgrading stuff. But I had like 3,500 or 4,000 fragments, something like that.
So I'm trying to think. This vendor over here has
where?
On the other side of the mall
you?
by the front.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see.
This vendor over here has
sprint vendor. Oh yeah, these are third age fragments as well.
Sprints for third age fragments.
Yep.
Most of these vendors are all third age fragments.
Yeah.
I don't know about most of them.
This vendor right next door to this one, he's also all third age fragments.
Oh, wow. The pets one is.
Yeah.
Really? There's other ways to get these, though, right? I think some of these. Or maybe I just had them from
have
TSW.
most of them, so I'm assuming so.
Yeah, I might have just had them from TSW. That's possible.
Like I think in this way, like some of these like the Firehouse Dog, German Shepherd, I want to say those were part of special boxes that you purchased.
Purity of Stravos. Question for you. Where does the Sap Vitality Talismans drop? I want to say they drop in higher elite dungeons, but I'm not positive. I know I've seen them. I think they drop in the higher elite dungeons. I know I've seen them drop. I also can't remember what they're called off the top of my head right now. They don't say Sap Vitality in the name. I have a picture with.
I forget what that's called off the top of my head too. I say, and then finally this vendor here in the back, on the left hand side, also sells basically a tuxedo. That's pretty much all he sells. Tuxedo and a clown robber mask.
Clown rubber mask.
Yes, Lady Margaret Tackle. How did I forget that? That was like my favorite name of because I feel like it sounds like Lady Margaret's, Tackle and Bits.
Wow.
Sure.
I feel like
yeah.
it's a reference to genitalia. I just find it hilarious. But I think it can drop. I think it drops from higher elite tiers, maybe like the E14 plus or something. And I'm sure if it drops lower than that. I know I've seen it. You have the ring, belt, and luck. There's a faded Lady Margaret's up there for next to nothing, and there's a blue 3-pip up there for 45K right now in the auction house.
And we are coming up on the winter event, and almost guaranteed the winter event is probably going to have a imbuer for at least one of the days.
Unless you make a 1-pip, 3-pip.
Yeah. So you could take that 1-pip and make it 3-pip.
But yeah, potentially just hold on to it. I mean, you could, like, the faded one is 195. You could probably grab that and just hold it and wait for an imbuer if you really want to. I mean, and I literally mean 195. Like there are no commas or decimal points or anything. I don't think. I'm trying to remember from the beta stuff. I don't think there's a headpiece. So what they're talking about is, Stravos, is the winter event's coming in like a week or so, and the winter event has daily login rewards, and pretty much all the events that have daily login rewards almost always have a Talisman Imbuer as a free login reward at some point in the process. So you just log in every day, and you'll eventually log in every day of the event, and you should get one during the month of December.
I basically have been just holding on to them. I've hoarded them. If you're not exactly sure what to throw them to use it for, like, I have 4 of them in my bank right now, just from doing basic events where they
outside
hand them
the
out
event Aurum, but you can convert marks to Aurum on the auction house, like in the exchange.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you don't spend real money on the game, you can, grind out marks and convert it. I don't know if that's the best use of it, but it's certainly doable.
It's not really a great way to return on investment. It's not really all that well.
Yeah, you're gonna spend a lot of time grinding, but
it's not gigantic. But simultaneously, it's not like the worst. Like, there are other games that are much, much worse on their real money to in-game money conversions.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even the 45K to buy the 3-pip. Even the 45K to buy the 3-pip blue one, you can, if you only did your dailies on one character every day, you make that 45K in like 5 days. Right? That's like not getting anything else that you can sell for more. That's not finding other things you can sell on the auction house. Literally just your daily income. You can make like 50K in 5 days. So I think it's definitely doable.
And I have a exchange. So does my exchange calculator still work? No. Well.
Didn't the exchange kind of level out in this past year?
A little bit. It's kind of bouncing around a little more.
Okay, with more and more people coming back.
Yeah. Stravos, are you in game right now?
Well, if you want, let's see.
What's your character name? Damn you, Twitch stream lag.
It's too bad we don't have FTL.
So basically, at the point that it is now, 10,000 marks of favor, which is what you get basically around doing a day's worth of. It's not exact. I forget what the exact number is off the top of my head. But for doing 1 day's worth of dailies, 10,000 marks will get you 35 marks or 35 RM on the current exchange.
Yeah. It's kind of crept up. It dropped pretty significantly.
Yeah,
but it's kind of crept up a little bit.
Like just at today's current rates, now. Yeah, you can get about 35 RM for basically a 1 day's worth of activity. Put that into perspective. If you were to buy the Sprint 6 upgrade, which is currently at 1,500 RM, that would take you about 40 days.
Merry Christmas.
Which is not the end of the world. Like I've seen it be a lot worse. In like the game that keeps popping in mind is Star Trek Online. I played a lot of Star Trek Online, and their real money to whatever conversion to be like, oh, well, what if I wanted to buy one of the starships? Like, okay, you'd have to grind out for about a year, like a full year every day. And it's like, what? Like that is insane. But Secret Worlds are a lot more reasonable.
It's all right. I got them sorted out. They have a radiant blue Lady Margaret's tackle.
And as we said, that let me just bring it up again. The Lady Margaret's tackle, just to let everyone know what we're talking about.
I really love the name. I can't not hear it.
Basically, whenever you hit an enemy who is below 50% of their maximum health, you have a 33% chance to apply 1 stack of Sap Vitality. And Sap Vitality deals damage every second and stacks up to 20 times. And then on reaching 20 stacks, all of that is consumed to do 1 massive hit.
Call it hemorrhage. And you can run multiple Sap Vitality pieces at once. Mm-hmm. And so you accrue stacks, faster.
So that's what we're talking about. That's what that neck talisman does. So it's fairly nice.
In fact, during the closed beta, and I think even into some of the open beta, but definitely in the closed beta, I had a full maxed Sap Vitality build. I was like sword with all Sap Vitality talismans.
So as soon as anything you were fighting hit 50%, it was just obliterated.
Yeah, there's just tons of stuff. Also, I got killed by them a lot in the beginning because reflex. It was triggering reflex shields originally. In fact, I even got killed in an ammo well. I was already dead. I res an ammo well, and the stacks were still ticking on the boss, and it killed me in the ammo well. It doesn't do that anymore, mind you. That's been fixed. No, it doesn't. It doesn't trigger reflex anymore.
Fun though.
What would match well with pistols if I wanted to keep enemies at a distance? For maining pistols, probably shotgun offhand or elemental offhand. In fact, I would probably lean elemental just because
elemental, yeah.
Just because later in the game, you could use Living Flame to tank for you in some of the solo stuff, and also the Mjolnir, which is like Thor's hammer ability, is a really good offhand, and to give you the best of both worlds. Now, shotgun's also a decent offhand because you can stack fire dots on the enemy. But I would say I would say Ellie. I did Pistol Ellie for a long time. I've only recently, in the past like month, switched back to Sword. I was Pistol Ellie for like, I don't know, 2 years or something. It gives you a lot of flexibility and a lot of utility, especially like fights that require like ad control. Like in dungeons, you can grab Flicker from Elemental. You can grab Flash Freeze. So I mean, you could even switch out your Elite if you needed to grab Blizzard. And then Pistol already has utilities as far as Pistol actually is like Pistol has the only cleansing heal in the game that heals based off your attack rating, not your heal rating.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're allocated full DPS, it does its max healing.
Clean slate.
Yep.
Brilliant.
And it heals your Living Flame buddy too. He counts as a group member because it heals you and your group. And your little Living Flame guy actually counts as a member of your group. So that's super handy. Yeah, I would say Pistol Elemental. And then if you just like the idea of shotgun, shotgun's also workable, but I think Ellie's got more versatility going for it.
So just in general with Living Flame, that Ellie has just become more overall.
I mean, it was really prevalent offhand because of Crystallized Flame, right? And that's been replaced by Flame.
Yeah, that's what it's replacement. Yeah,
really good in a different way. It's not good for dungeons, but it's really good for solo stuff. Oh, apparently you can also solo tank like E1 New York Raid now, because Living Flame will work in that. I think up past New York Raid E10 and E17, he doesn't work.
Okay.
But for whatever reason, in the lower tiers, Living Flame will actually taunt. So you don't need a second tank. You can just use Living Flame to tank, which is just insane.
Now they need a blood version.
They do have a blood version. He's not permanent. He only shows up when you cleanse. When you cleanse with Expunge Blight. If you use Expunge Blight, you get a flesh monstrosity that wanders around and cleanses people. But he's not permanent. So I kind of probably know what you mean. You guys think Rifle Blood is still a good combo? So the only thing I don't like about Rifle Blood, honestly, is the fact that it's a starter class a lot of people pick that has no hit rating in any of its passives. Right? It's double heal weapons, and heal weapons don't have hit rating in their passive tree. So everyone that goes AR Blood tends to glance a lot because they have no hit rating. So the number one thing I recommend when I see new people playing, like that are streaming or something, and have that is go unlock a third weapon just to grab the hit rating passives.
And that's what I should do for my character because it's a blood AR.
Yeah. If you're any two heal weapons combined, you need to unlock a third weapon just to grab the hit rating passives. For no other reason than that. But as far as the combination itself, I don't think it's horrible.
I agree.
I mean, I don't know.
It's doable. It's pretty good once you keep everything up on it.
Pretty much anything works through the story. Like you can beat the game with anything. I beat the game with no talismans on at all and level 1 green weapons. You can beat the game with anything. Chicken Stew beat the game with basic only. And I beat it with a pacifist. Yeah, I beat it as a pacifist character only. You can beat the story version of the game in a myriad of ways. Like it's hey, there's a Chicken Stew. Wow, I literally spoke him into existence.
You summoned.
Yeah, you can beat the game with anything. Now, as far as end game like dungeons or something, I don't know that you would want to run blood offhand at that point. But for anything else, it's probably fine. And certainly for going through the game, it's fine.
Because hey, if you find a build that works for you, yeah, why not?
So remember how we vetoed the backwards run because we figured out that wouldn't work?
Yes.
Too many ladders.
That's right. You can't go backwards up ladders.
Yeah.
But I mean,
so I thought of another run idea, and that is offhand weapon only.
Okay.
So no primary weapon, just the offhand weapon. So no basic.
Okay.
You have no basic. So when you're out of energy, you're just running around like a chicken with your head cut off.
Just waiting for your energy to re up itself.
Right. And your offhand weapon regens energy half as fast.
Okay.
Right. So I think an interesting like challenge playthrough of the game would be
like a low energy build. Only.
But I'm just trying to think of the weapon, and I kind of think in Ellie. Like I could pretty easily go sword because sword has weapons where you just build up chi or build up spirit blade attacks when you're running around. Just because you're in combat, like it'll just slowly build, and then when you do get to attack, you'll get a stronger attack. Mm-hmm. And hammer has seethe, I think it is, right? That gives you energy, and then you can attack again. But I thought Ellie would be interesting because you'd have the living flame buddy, and your abilities can heal him. So you'd have this weird dynamic of like trying to keep him alive, and
you let him do everything
while you're running in circles. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still
like get him.
But I'm thinking like Ellie offhand, no main. There we go. I got an upvote from Chicken Stew. Ellie would make it interesting. I think it would. Ellie offhand, no main, aka the Pokemon trainer.
I choose you, Living Flame.
Living Flame, no.
Like I said, your electric and your fire abilities will heal him.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even think you'd ever need to cast ice. You're never gonna burn. Like you're gonna run out of energy before you max out your heat. I don't know that would ever be a problem. I can't see how, at least. And even if you did, like that just gives you time to regen energy. So the only issue I see with it, which I think does actually make it kind of more difficult, I don't think Ellie has any ability that actually generates an attack or generates energy.
I don't know enough about Ellie off the top of my head.
Like, okay, for example, Pistol has Flourish, right?
Right.
Use Flourish allows you to generate 4 pistol energy, right? Hammer has Seethe. You gain 4 hammer energy. I don't think Ellie has anything that says, here's more elemental energy. It all just consumes. So I think that would also make it challenging. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean, Travis. No, it has no ability that like gives you energy.
I don't think there is any just passive that would do it either.
I kind of doubt it. You would definitely need the Living Flame passive. I don't think any of the maximum heat level things are going to imply. I can't imagine with limited energy you ever even getting to max heat. Yeah, I don't think any of the bottom two lines of passives that are miscellaneous passives, I don't think any of them apply like at all.
The true test is Akhenaten. Well, Akhenaten's the test like overall.
Yeah. Chicken Stew knows. Like I said, he did the basic only. He and I both experienced similar pain. Although I'm not positive, but I think he got past it quicker than I did. There was a bit of an RNG fest for both of us. I think for me, it was literally chaos RNG procking doppelgangers, right? Like I had to time things perfectly and then sit there and cross my fingers and go, please let it proc doppelgangers. And it procs like 3 singularities. And I'm like, well, shit, that didn't work. And then Chicken Stew, yeah, he had a crit. It was like, if he doesn't crit with his basics, he doesn't kill it in time. On the plus side, though, you could attack. You didn't have to rely on RNG to like let you know if an attack was going to happen or not. You could at least attack. Yeah. I literally had to just cross fingers and toes and be like, come on, RNG gods! Give me doppelgangers! Oh, and by the way, also let them crit.
Yeah, while they're at it. It'd be nice.
And then doing it again. That's what sucks about Akhenaten, right? You spend hours getting past him the first time on a stupid pacifist build, and then like you get to Nightmare in the Dream Palace and have to do it again. At that point, I like knew the strat and everything. Like I knew what to do, but it was literally just rolling the dice repeatedly until it worked. Those were the days, Chicken Stew. Those were the days. Oh, I don't know if Chicken Stew knows this. I deleted that character.
Because it's kind of impossible to do it with all the changes.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Yeah.
Tranquility Jones is no more. Her build just doesn't work post the patch. And I needed a slot for Marathon Man. I don't remember if you showed up during that or not. To be honest, that whole 28 hours is kind of a blur. I know a lot of people.
I could imagine.
But I can't, I don't remember who all like showed up or not.
So I at least stopped by to see your to catch your efforts on Last Train to Cairo.
Yeah,
which was just hysterical.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you lurked or not, but yeah, I deleted the pacifist to make the room for the one-shot character who just started and then was played for 28 hours until he finished the story. And with Jimmy mode on him like 90% of the time. By the way, I'm still going through that video. I had to stop at some point. I haven't started again, but I was going through it. I'm trying to make a highlight of all the different Jimmy mode effects, but it's a rather large video to go through.
It takes a while. Yeah.
It's
28 hours would do that.
It's 76 gigs. I'll have to open the 76 gig video and be like, okay.
Just opening it takes 5 minutes.
Hour 5. Now, and I was playing it on like 20 times speed to try and like get through it quicker and like spot different effects. So what I wanted to do, yeah, I'm planning to release a YouTube highlight at some point, probably at this point in next year. I'm going to release a YouTube highlight with all the recorded effects of Jimmy mode, which is like, various monsters, various random other effects. I don't think I'll soon forget though running Cost of Magic like up the platforms and then the Tokyo Golem just dropping next to me attacking with a laser. It's like, what the shit was that?
Surprise.
But you haven't deleted that character though.
No, not yet. Not yet.
Because that character still probably has Jimmy mode on them. That has not been taken off of them.
He does. I checked.
Yeah.
Nervell told me he has to remove it manually.
Which probably is not going to happen.
Not for any time soon.
No.
Also, in my streamer brain there, at some point in the stream, I didn't realize Nervell awarded me a title. And he said, like, oh, I should have probably made that account wide. And I thought he was talking about the Ceiling is Lava.
Oh.
Because he awarded Ceiling is Lava to Marathon Man. Because I did Lava Game Champion achievement with Jimmy Mode on.
Okay.
And he awarded that the Ceiling is Lava title. And I was like looking at another screen. I didn't notice he awarded a second title. He awarded Extra Life Hero. And he was like, "Oh, I should have made that account wide." I was like, "Oh, now." And I was, as I was reviewing the video, looking for clips, I was like, "Oh shit!"
Like, oh, that's what he was talking about.
I was like, "Wait, I do want that on my main character. God damn it!"
Well, you even said that during your 28-hour run, you did Lava Game with Jimmy Mode on, and the first time you ran through it, like nothing happened. You were like, "Well,
yeah, I went through too quick." And then, I think Zen said something. He was like, "What the shit is that?" I think the same thing happened with Cost of Magic on the jumping platforms. The the ones that disappear.
Mm-hmm.
I went up it so quickly, like literally nothing happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I jumped off on purpose and broke it, and then went and did it again because it was like. He's like, "What the hell?" So I don't know. I've done it a lot. I now have my I have my record back as the fastest Cost of Magic.
Right, we showed that last week.
Well, not last week.
Well, not last week. Last
3 weeks
time.
ago.
3 weeks ago, yeah.
A couple weeks ago, yeah.
Because we missed like two. I think we missed 2 sessions. Didn't we?
Well, we didn't do Thanksgiving.
And I think we missed the week before, right? Shouldn't there have been one the week before?
No, that was our off week, and then Thanksgiving be the next.
Oh,
episode.
okay.
Yeah.
Because we kind of line that up perfectly, you know.
Oh yeah.
Scheduling wise, yeah.
Totally on purpose.
Hey, when we started this show, our scheduling was perfect. Now, who knows?
It was. It
yeah.
somehow was like landing perfectly on everything, and like now it's like, oh, you know that sale that happened? Yeah, we didn't.
Yeah, it was just right in between. Yeah,
we was right in between episodes.
What are you gonna do?
Oops.
Nothing. Not a day.
not a damn thing. So we do have
send a
some.
tweet out.
The little news we have is not really about Secret World per se, but just fun stuff around the Secret World universe. First and foremost, Hollopoint, his Nine Swords Evolutions graphic novel, which is pretty fantastic if you go take a look at it. It's on the forums. He posted it on back on August 24th, but the reason why we're mentioning it now is because MassivelyOP picked it up and put a little write-up about it. So if they're putting it out there, we'll put it out there again too. So yes, go check out Hollopoint's Nine Swords Evolution graphic novel. The full graphic novel has been posted to the forums. Get you that link real quick. Bam. Yes, that's the write-up by Justin, I believe.
Yep.
It's pretty sweet.
Fun fact, Justin once insulted my wife.
So maybe just go read his novel and ignore the article.
Like directly, it was weird. It was a weird. Anyway,
Never again.
That's how I know him, really. You never meet your heroes. Other than that, we saw the Blodwedd Secret World novels. Who we love Blodwedd, of course we love Blodwedd. We've had her on the show multiple times. Her Secret World novels are all available throughout the holiday season on Kindle Unlimited, including her new one, Hard Cleft, which she just came out with during the Samhain season. Another Secret World book by Blodwedd Mallory. You buy them up as they come out? I do too. Has anyone talked to the devs about Flame Buddy keeping you in combat status longer? I noticed that. Actually. But yeah.
The best thing you can do is just unequip him. By which I mean like you just unequip your elemental focus. Also, fun tip, especially if you use him in like Dark Agartha, in between bosses, unequip your elemental focus and re-equip it. When you resummon him, he'll have full health.
That's just good overall.
If you don't do that, then he resummons with whatever health he had left from before. So he might have a sliver of health left, and that resummon just moves him because he's stuck on the old platform because he can't make the jump. So it just moves him over, right? So you unequip, re-equip. They're already aware of the fact that like you have to unequip and re-equip them, which is kind of annoying, or you have to unequip to take them away. So I don't know if they're gonna fix that or how they're gonna fix that, but I know they're aware of it.
Is solo tanking New York Raid 5 with Living Flame intended? I mean,
I kind of doubt it, but I will say this: you can't do it in E10 or E17. It just doesn't work.
It's like
maybe
they
just left it on purpose so they could screw around at lower levels, or it could literally just be they put the fix in the higher raids and forgot, or somehow it didn't trickle down.
But either way, it's not the end of the world.
I know it was never intended to work in dungeons or raids, or I think even lairs. I think it says that on it somewhere. The provoke effect does not work against dungeon, lair, or raid monsters. It says it clearly on the passive. Which is clearly wrong if it's working in any.
But if it's working on them, then it is clearly not working correctly. Right.
Yeah. They would have to add a buff that you can cancel to unsummon him if they want to get around switching the weapon out. Yeah, or they just, like, when you end combat, just unsummon him, but then you don't get to run around with him, and that kind of, like, a little bit part of the fun for some people.
Right, yeah.
So,
to have the little guy following you. And it literally is just a little guy. Like, it's
little flame dude.
It's a humanoid-shaped avatar just on fire. That's why someone mentioned having a little blood buddy, and it'd be the same thing, just a little humanoid-shaped, just blood guy.
Yeah, well, there is one. He's just not permanent.
Yeah.
Have you seen him?
Yeah.
The flesh monstrosity guy.
I just like the idea of just a little blood thing just running around, which isn't exactly what it is, but.
I don't know, Stravis. I don't know if I agree with that sentiment. I don't think he'd be better if he looked like the lava golem pet. Then I think he would just look like lava, and that could just be personal, like, taste difference. I think he looks fine he looks like flame.
Well, he's an elemental.
Yeah,
Take it, little fiery.
He just looks like fire. I do find it particularly funny. You can drown him. I've done that.
I mean, it makes sense.
Like, if you just run into the water far enough, like, he'll try and follow, and then he'll just vanish. I think he just vanishes because you're too far from him and he can't follow you, but it just seems like you're drowning him. I like to think that I'm drowning him.
He's like, I'm made of fire, you jerk. I can't follow you in the water.
But it'll follow you into like shallow. Like I think he runs around in like Polaris Boss 3, which just looks really weird. Because he's so small, the water's like up to his waist or something. Like it doesn't
Like it should not
right.
be working, and yet it is.
A lot of assumptions being made about Living Flame's preferred pronouns.
It's true.
I don't think Living Flame has preferred pronouns. I think you're assuming that Living Flame knows what pronouns are.
Ambiguous.
And gives a crap.
Anyway, aside from those two pieces of news, the only other piece of news we have is basically we haven't received any official date yet for the upcoming winter event, but almost guaranteed the winter event is going to start the 12th.
Yeah, it's been the 12th like every year for 3 years.
Every year that they've had we've had a winter event. It has started on December 12th. So they might go off of that because the 12th lands on a Saturday, and launching things on a Saturday is a little weird. So most likely the winter event will probably start on the 10th or 11th or 12th, the Thursday, Friday leading up to the weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be strange. Like, I know they've been making, even the last restart, I think had back-end changes, which at least was partially to let them change login stuff without having to restart things. Which might mean they were thinking ahead for the winter event.
Hopefully.
Right? I know that restart was pretty funny because like they were like, we're back up. No, we're not. Yes, we are. No, we're not. Yes, we are. Like,
are we? Who knows?
Like they said they were back up and then no one could log in. And they're like, oh, wait. And they're like, oh, we fixed it. And then it wasn't fixed. Like, oh, yeah. So,
yeah,
but
the 10 is next week.
They stated that there were no patch notes, but it was it wasn't a restart. It was a small update with back-end changes. And I think Andy said it was something about being able to turn on and off like the changed login screens without having to restart. And I know they can already do the login rewards, I think, without restarting. So basically, I think it's down to like, it means Christmas they can just push the button without having to restart everything.
And sort of like Sewen, we're not actually kind of expecting anything new, but I mean, you never know. There could be.
Yeah.
But we're not really expecting anything new because they pretty much put almost all their effort into the rebalance.
But there will be fog and mirrors and all those cool.
There's still a lot of fun stuff to do though.
Because that's new to Legends.
They could surprise us. Mm-hmm.
How many years has Fog and Mirrors been around? Was it just last year or was it the year before too?
I can look that up.
I think it's just since last year.
Because there's Fog and Mirrors, which has, with Fog and Mirrors, all the additional bosses in every zone.
Last year's winter event had Dark Agartha improvements, and they included the 4-pip talismans. And it was 2018 where they had the Fog and Mirrors investigation.
Okay, so it has been around for 2 years.
So it's 2 years, yeah.
All right, so this will be year 3. But I really like those. Like just the guys, you know what I mean? Like the little, like the flame summoning ritual for the one in Egypt?
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to like connect the points and form the star to summon the guy. Like, I don't know, I just like all those little bosses. Like they're really cool. Never mind the actual investigation mission itself, which was crazy fun.
There's a lot of little story bits in there too.
All the Krampus hunting you can do to get your portals to Niflheim. Which I also just like how it works like a hub. Have you ever done that? Just killed a Krampus just to portal somewhere else? I used to do that in TSW. I'd get a
TSW
Krampus,
all the time. Not so much now, but TSW all the time.
I'd get a portal and then be like, okay, now I want to go to this zone. And like, because you could just route through it. And then of course, yeah, Icy Claws.
Of course, right? Gotta collect it. Gotta get them all.
Massive said the best part about not expecting everything is that worst case you get what you expect. The best case you get pleasant surprise. This is true.
I would say, but there probably will almost definitely be a login reward on the daily. There will be the big boss in Agartha, and
Yep. And the Niflheim dungeon.
And the Niflheim dungeon. Yep.
And then Fog and Mirror guys. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. There's a lot of good stuff in Christmas.
Because really, technically, Christmas is kind of a really spooky time of the year as well.
Well, also, it's Krampusnacht. I like that it has its own.
Mm-hmm. Right, yeah. Krampusnacht, yeah.
Krampusnacht.
Yeah, gotta really emphasize some sounds there. Did we want to look at any of the other?
Yes.
Let's see. There's that new Metal Hellsinger trailer.
Yes, there's a new trailer was released for Metal Hellsinger on November 24th. That is, of course, the game that they hyped up during. What was that?
E3, like the virtual E3.
The virtual, the virtual conventions.
Yeah, I remember this one because they had the guy singing during it.
Yeah, not playing audio because of
not
DMCA.
Playing audio. Oh yeah.
Wait, I don't think you can though. I don't think you get DMCA'd. I'm pretty sure that's their music for the game.
Yeah, but is it a license for broadcast though?
I don't think it exists yet, technically. You know what I'm saying?
I'm pretty sure it will. I'm pretty sure Capcom's not going to release a game that's basically all about metal music and then
no, but they made it for the game.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And then the MCA, anyone who streams the game.
Yeah, it's made for the game, but not for streaming. No,
I don't think you got what I meant though. Like, how would they have a copy of it to tell what it is to strike you for it?
They know
it doesn't exist yet.
They put it out there. Oh, it is. It's out there.
It's not done. How would it like? You're telling me they submitted their soundtrack before it's done to copyright?
If they want to be the first one to set out for a content ID, yeah.
I would play it. I'm just saying. I would play it. I realize the DMCA is automated, but I don't think it can hit you on something that literally hasn't been released yet. For literal music that's created for something that hasn't been released yet. Like
say movies that now, then tomorrow we get that letter, that email.
Movies play music that already existed. You know what I'm saying?
No, I see what you get, but it's if they're making
it literally footage of the guy in the studio recording it for the track. But
how many months ago was that?
I find it very hard to believe it's finalized and released and they have it to strike.
I think basically also that since they know this is going to be a something that will be streamed and that will be whatever, that we live in the age of streaming now. So they know they would want this game to be streamed. They would want it to be.
Well, let me tell you about a little company called Epic and a little game called Fortnite.
Yeah, but that streams actual music. I know my stream got muted because I was in a car with a radio playing, but that streams like actual recognizable stuff.
Yeah. No, but even if you do a past event yesterday or the day before, even if you turn off the music, there was an in-game sound of AC/DC. It was an Easter egg that hit a lot of people that were streaming it. And everyone freaked out. Yeah.
They need to fix that crap.
Yeah, so Travis, you're correct, because if you don't get it striked now, who knows within a year or two later or next month.
Yeah, that's always a thing.
You don't want to mess with the DMCA.
I think that this one in particular, like the whatever music that they produce for this game, they're making this music for this game. It's going to be released post streaming and post all of this DMCA stuff. That they're going to want it to be streamed. They're going to want it to be out there.
I mean, Kayana has already hit people up months ago and people interested that are streamers in promoting the game. So I don't want to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm on that list. I've DM'd her. I'm like, yes, please, let me know when there's an opportunity to do something here. I wanna be involved.
Yeah.
I can't imagine they're gonna be like, yes, stream our game and promote it. By the way, we're gonna strike this shit out of your channel.
Right. Yeah.
Getting sense.
Oops. Yeah. It's. I'm just saying. Hopefully, they've thought of that. Hopefully.
But when Google is afraid of the RIAA as well, you don't want to. You don't want to mess with the bull.
But Sound of Music got struck for his own song, so never expect competence from DMCA strikes. Okay, all right, yeah.
Yeah, but again, though, for DMCA, I think they have to have reference. If they don't know what your song sounds like, they can't possibly try and protect it.
Oh, they do. If once they record it, they have to send it out because it's part of the masters. It's very complicated. There's a Devin Nash video where he's talking with the CEO of Pretzel and everything like that. It's like a 4-hour video, but it's a whole music licensing thing. It is very complicated.
It's so complex. It's so yeah.
Because you got the master rights. You also have the publishing. Then you also had songwriters, and there's just so much that you have to deal with.
Yeah, well, it's a music game, so they better have that shit figured out.
That's what I'm saying.
Look at Guitar Hero, Beat Saber, Just Dance, same thing. You can't play those because of the license, because they're licensed to be played.
Right, but like I agree that I agree with that, but like Mikey said, this is different in the sense that they're constructing a game now in 2020 in development.
If they were constructing this game like 2 years ago and released it 2 years ago, you could be like, okay, well maybe they weren't the DMCA strikes weren't as heavy then, and they weren't as heavy-handed. But they're releasing it in 2021,
and they're literally still working on it in 2020 with the intent of having streamers be part of their push to publicize it. So they've got to be thinking about it, right? If they're not, that's the biggest marketing disaster ever.
You would hope.
Their whole game is music. Can you imagine streaming this with it muted? What the fuck would you be watching?
I think one streamer was playing Beat Saber muted. No, it was Life is Strange.
Okay. Life is Strange got a lot of music in it too, right?
Yeah, but there's one scene where they're in a bedroom and they play the radio and they're dancing around. It's like very awkward. It's silent except for when they speak their lines.
I did notice that Cyberpunk apparently is going to have a streamer option in the game.
Yeah.
So it doesn't play shit.
Well, it plays. It's non-copyrighted. The simplest term is non-copyrighted music. It's that production music. That's pretty much it replaces the popular music that they put in.
So there's my point, right? There's a game coming out that already has something in place because they're aware of it. So if Hellsinger doesn't have their shit together, that's going to be a massive problem.
And they probably can't even add a streamer mode into Hellsinger.
No, I don't see how. But again, it's theirs.
Yeah.
It's theirs own created stuff. I would imagine they should be able to choose to do with it what they want.
Right. So if they create the music, if it's their music, they can choose whether to do the DMCA strikes themselves.
Well, or they could just say it's not copyright.
Right.
There's also issues with the Destiny 2 game as well. A lot of that music was created for just the game, but I think there's one track, I forget exactly where or what part of the game, that is DMCA strikeable.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Fuck DMCA.
But the same thing also with Lord of the Rings Online. Like some of the music that they use in their Riders of Rohan expansion are and they're these these sweeping orchestrations that they are also they occasionally will hit a DMCA strike. It's funny that DMCA could bring back classical as the most common played simply because it's all public domain.
I'm pretty sure I got a strike for classical once on Twitch, and I appealed the shit out of that. I was like, "You're fucking insane."
No, because it's the performer can put in a strike on it.
Yeah, the performer's dead,
yeah.
So I don't think that's happening.
No.
I'm talking about classical, like, you know,
Beethoven's
like
gonna rise up.
Something.
Well, I mean, it could be like Beethoven's, fifth, but if it's done by,
I know, but I'm saying I had like a
Boston Symphony Orchestra, or
non-copyright, like literally from YouTube Audio Library, non-copyright classical piece of music that they tried to strike on Twitch. And I was like, you are out your damn minds.
George the pianist.
Most of my, like almost all my appeals, I've gotten it unmuted because I was playing non-copyright stuff, but they would trigger anyways for whatever reason.
Well, that's the problem with Twitch.
And that's
Twitch is using a crappy version of Audible Magic that even if you play something, it says, "Oh, you're playing something that is completely different, like a completely different song." It's their program that they use is not good. It's horrible. Everybody else, like YouTube, uses a really good system. There's a France is making something similar to Audible Magic, but like 1,000 times better, that can flag you as you're live streaming within 3 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah. But so I wouldn't say that Twitch's ability to contest is good, because Twitch
just has one.
It exists.
Well, good luck with that. But it's just something where YouTube spent millions of dollars in setting it up, their content ID. Yeah, it does have its flaws. It does have its problems, but it's a lot better. And you get a copyright warning. You don't get struck. You don't get your channel cleared out, but your monetization is directed to the artist.
Yeah, I will say he's right there. Like on Twitch, well, I haven't gotten. I'm not referring to strikes, by the way. I'm referring to just being muted. There's a big difference, right? Twitch will auto mute your stuff. That doesn't mean you got a strike. It just mutes something, and you can appeal that it was muted. So I've appealed that I was muted before, at least last year before, and it might take a couple of weeks, but most of those came back and they just unmuted it. The last one I did, though, it hasn't ever responded. I think DMCA started really just blasting both barrels, as everyone's noticed, right, at Twitch.
They literally have.
Now I think those appeals like either aren't happening, or there's just so many that it's just on the bottom of a stack somewhere.
I think I read one of the Twitch press releases, and it was like just the amount of DMCA strikes has like either before they get like maybe like a 100 or so in a year, or 200 or something like that, like something low. It looks like something ridiculously low. And then just over the past year, it's ballooned to like 20,000, or they really have just gone full blown, full barrels.
Yeah, it went insane, and they started hitting clips, which is just dumb. Mostly because you can't control people clipping you.
Well, that's part of your recorded video. Because all the clips it's just a small little highlight of your VOD.
No, but look, Ember, you can delete your VOD. It doesn't delete the clip associated with it.
Right, but even then, it does it. Your stuff is still on the server. We found that out.
Oh, really? Wasn't aware of that.
Even if you go out and delete everything, if you know the actual URL of that particular file, you can pull up your video, your VOD, and the clips.
Wow.
We're going back years. Yeah, there's people that say, "Hey, there's this." Even with like Dr. Disrespect stuff that was supposed to be deleted because of his ban or anything like that, still on the server, publicly accessible.
I mean, it's one thing to have a backup. It's another for it to just be sitting there and only like not show up in a list, but it's still there. Like that's
Oh yeah,
Like, yeah.
that's shoddy.
it's
Like,
it's pathetically embarrassing for Twitch that this is happening.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And they had 8
Yeah.
years to deal something with it.
It is pretty. Unfortunately, there's not really many that are other places to stream. Realistically,
Oh, you can go to Mixer. Oh, ooh.
Oh,
Not quite.
is that a little salt there?
Too
Ember,
soon.
from your Mixer move?
Too soon.
Ember was on Mixer when it existed.
Yeah, for about 8 months.
Yeah.
But I mean, part of the reason why you don't see too many is because, I mean, they would be hitting the same exact issue as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, Twitch is not the only one that's really getting hit.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Like, Facebook doesn't seem to have as big of an issue with it, and I don't know that YouTube does either. Honestly,
Well, with the Facebook, because they actually had struck a deal with at least 4 major labels that they'll pay the licensing for the performing and the streaming aspect of that particular problem. YouTube they don't have that. They just do the performance rights. They also do the content ID. So like I said, if you do play something, your monetization is directed to the rights holder. You don't get a strike.
Right. Well, then that's better. Like, let my content be intact.
Yeah.
Right. And then, I just forego my monetization for that little bit. Like, okay, fine, whatever. That's fine. Right.
That's actually a great way to do it. Yeah.
Twitch is
because I've had a couple on my playing some Star Wars: The Old Republic, and of course the music in that I get flagged, but all that monetization goes to was it Warner Media Group?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
controls that music. So,
whereas Twitch mutes you, and then later comes back and strikes you potentially.
Yeah.
Right. Like, yeah, Twitch, which just sucks because Twitch is the best place, in my opinion, to stream most games. There's certain things I think that do really well on Facebook, but it's a much smaller niche. I think that does well on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah,
and
it's more mobile.
Unfortunately, YouTube is not really set up for live very well. Like as far as their interface for it, you know what I mean?
It was better because it had the YouTube gaming. It was separated out that you can go to. Oh, I want to look at gaming content. Let me go here and see all the live stream. Now it's kind of hard to find, or it's not hard to find, but it's hard to figure out.
To me, it's always been hard to parse. Like they never had a good front end for like, you go to Twitch, like, what do I like? These are the top live things. These are game categories. These are games. I could just go find shit. YouTube's front end is pretty crappy.
Travis, no, your comment last time about the classical music? No, that's fine.
Should I rephrase my post or just drop it? Wait, did I miss something?
Let's scroll back up.
Did something get like banned or something, Stravos? I don't. Or maybe I missed it.
Yeah, what? What are you talking about?
Oh no, I see. Yeah, the porn sites don't get hit either. I go, oh wow.
I didn't see that one.
No, yeah, there's a reason why you didn't
get flagged
on
in Twitch.
Yeah.
He's been twitched.
Yeah, see, you've been twitched. It auto struck you. Feel the pain. Streamers everywhere.
Add permitted term.
The problem
porn
is,
sites.
yeah. Well, the problem is that even Pornhub has a better system than Twitch. They're almost the same, using the same systems as YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah, it just sucks. Like the best platform to stream games on because it has the best, I think, UX, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Mm-hmm. The most accessible. So therefore, the most accessible audience is also doing the shittiest at protecting its actual streamers.
Their own streamers, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Well, it's not really protecting because they don't have the tools available to help their
no, but that's what
creator.
I mean. It is protecting them because literally by their own system, which by the way, DMCA doesn't make them ban you after 3 strikes. That's their deal.
Yeah, no, DMCA, you're lucky if you're getting a DMCA strike. RIAA can go completely over the DMCA and actually sue a content creator for, I think it's up to $120,000 per work and a minimum of $700 per infraction.
No, so what I'm saying is Twitch, the way their thing works is you get 3 strikes and they ban your channel, like right, automatically or some shit, right? And with DMC just firing them at like years old clips, right? That's like a massive problem. But nothing makes Twitch do that. Nothing makes them say, like, nothing by law says that if you get 3 DMCA strikes, Twitch has to ban you. That's their policy, right?
Well, that's their way to keep the safe harbor clause that they're under as well, because they're making
right, but they could approach it differently.
Decision.
Yeah, they could give you a warning. They could say, you know, number of strikes over a period of time. If I get like 20 strikes in the span of a week because you just hit a bunch of old clips,
you're done.
You're done.
Yeah, but
done.
Yeah, I know you're done, but you shouldn't be, right? That should be like an incident, right? I would call that an incident. If you issue me 20 strikes at the same time, that's an incident.
Well, check it, Steve. This is DMCA. This is like a 20 to 30-year-old law that has been back in 1998 when it first came up. This is before YouTube and Twitch or any kind of what we're doing now.
Yeah, but that's what I mean though. Like YouTube doesn't do that. You'll get warnings, right? But YouTube, like if you get like 7 warnings, they don't auto kill your channel. You get to respond to the warnings. Twitch is like, oh, you got 3 strikes, bye. But that's how they chose to do it. They don't have to do that, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, no, I put a little pause on that because it depends on who you are.
Oh, on YouTube, yeah.
Like all three of us will have no chance in hell. Like XQC, hey, no problem, or Pokimane or somebody else in that high caliber.
What do you mean on YouTube or Twitch?
No, on Twitch.
Oh no, I know on Twitch. Even on Twitch, like there's a good chance that they're in trouble. But I'm saying is on YouTube, you could get like 7 DMCA strikes, or right? You would get warnings. You'd have to address each one, but they won't auto kill your channel. Twitch is auto killing your channel. That's what I'm saying is they chose a very harsh measure that was unnecessary, and I think is now coming back to bite them in the ass. Because in the past they would get, like you said, like, you know, for thousands of streamers, like, you know, 100 DMCA things. Yeah, whatever. Right? But now there's so many and they're going back through, like no one ever hit clips before. That's, to me, brand new. I don't think anyone ever hit clips before. It was only VODs. Because clips are so short. You would almost think clips count as fair use, like they're just
because you're only getting like a
20-second blip or something.
Yeah, sure what fair use exactly is, but yeah, like 20 seconds is fair use.
Well, even the new system that they've put out there, where you can be struck live, they also have it in there. Humming can detect humming.
Yeah, that is so freaking stupid.
Yeah.
You telling me I can't whistle like Yankee Doodle Dandy? Like, fuck off.
Oh, you can do that one because that's public domain.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Obviously, you can whistle Yankee Doodle Dandy.
Masick, I don't know if there's anything, because everything's starting to change coming January because FCC head is going to be changing out, so I don't know what they're going to do with that. if they're going to be changing any of the not net neutrality, but the old stuff that they have in there.
No more belt out covers of Queen songs at 2 a.m. Yeah, it's so dumb, man. It's so dumb.
It is. And it's confusing.
And also because you can
Twitch
you can do covers. People do covers on YouTube all the time.
Oh, on YouTube, yeah.
Yeah.
Not on
covers
Twitch.
is a thing that people do. Covers is a thing that bands do and get paid money for. You can do parodies. You can do covers. Like, it's so insane that they're like, oh, wait, you blinked the rhythm of the song. Hold on, let me strike you.
Well, I guess that's the point, is that, if a band does a cover, and it just all depends upon whether the owner of the copyright actually goes after them or not. And most
hold on, what is this? Have to say Jimmy has the weird ability to not get tired of repetitive things. Like he would whistle and giggle at the pizza song and that most annoying song in the world every time the loop repeats. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh, I know what he means. I hooked up my ACT for the Mega Boss.
Right.
Pizza slices, and it says like pizza delivery, and I laugh. I laugh every time. It's funny. And then the most annoying song in the world. That was oh God, what was that?
This is the most annoying song in the world. It goes on and on.
I want to say it's called Brax. Is it not Brax?
The song that never ends.
Yeah, but it's not. It's not just the song that never ends. It's the song that never ends. And it's by an Adult Swim character with like a horrible voice.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
Brack. Sorry, not Brax. Brack. BRAK. Yes, I'm playing it right now. Oh man, it's so good. Hold on.
Yeah, you call it a weird ability, and we just call it a talent. It's a talent.
Oh my god, it's so great.
Yeah, but there's a lot of information that tries to simplify this convoluted system.
It's ridiculous. It is.
It is ridiculous. And I know we're not lawyers. I'm not anything close to that. So I've only been researching it for a couple of years now. What's been going on and what's been happening.
Which is why I still think that if it's this convoluted now, and they're going to release a game that is based on metal music and shooting to the beat of metal music, like they have to know it going in. Because that would be, it would be ridiculous news, but it would be all over the place to be like, hey, this game that released that is all about metal music and it's all about, to the beat of said music. And oh yeah, by the way, it's all
don't
struck
stream
down.
It.
Yeah, it's don't even think about it. Even though it's not legal advice. That's right. We are the law firm.
I'll try reaching out to the developers, see if they can give us something like, is it streamer appropriate or is it not? I'll try.
Just because Kayena, who's like the community,
they have to be. They have to be aware.
Head person, right?
Yeah.
She's the one who reached out for streamers to contact her about the game. So, okay. Definitely is worth contacting her to see. Mm-hmm. But I know it's like a planned strategy to have people promote it.
That would just bite them right in the face. Yeah.
Also, if anyone wants to click that link I posted, I'm listening to it. We can listen along together.
It's pretty much a step of game release at this point. Right, yeah.
Well, Technically, we are breaking copyright law right now, streaming Secret World Legends.
Mm-hmm.
For
And that's
any
what I
game.
mean. Like, it's more of a they have to basically say no, this is not acceptable. They have to send us the
cease and desist.
The cease and desist.
Yeah. But the thing is, game
We've all
developers and
received
game publishing
cease and
companies
desist before.
want us to do this because it's free advertisement for them.
Mm-hmm.
The music industry, RIAA, they can care less. They
True.
don't care.
True.
Just because. You really have to listen to the link I put there, even if it's for like 10 seconds.
No, I've listened to it. I've heard it. I know exactly what you're talking about.
But you've heard it from Brack, right?
Mm-hmm. I know
Okay.
that same exact version. Yes.
I played this on my stream while doing occult defense for like 2 hours straight. So everyone that watched my stream got to hear this for 2 hours.
See, I dealt with this a lot. Back in college, we did. I was part of a student-run theater company, and I was the treasurer for the company. And we did a lot of shows, and so we had to get the rights to perform the shows and acquiring the rights to perform, musicals and whatnot is pretty extensive and pretty dang costly too. So, like, a good portion of all of our budget for the organization pretty much all went to rights. And so we've been dealing with that. That's why I said, like, well, we've all received at least a cease and desist at least once. Like, it's like, it's just you get a cease and desist, and usually you just go, okay, I'll stop doing that. And usually you don't hear more from it. It's only because we're in the new digital age now, and streaming is such a big thing that it's suddenly a gigantic issue.
Well, it's also Twitch too.
Yeah,
they're kind of we're a
Just
rebel.
because.
We're going to stick to the man.
Yeah, we're all like, don't do that, don't do that. What are you doing? You have to wonder what the heck people are drinking when they think of things like this. Oh, that was Space Ghost. Even that was over
I think they mean the
10,
10-hour
15
loop.
years ago.
I think they might be referring to the 10-hour loop.
I'll say, but you said you played this continually while you were picking corn, correct?
Just because. No, occult defense.
Oh, occult defense.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna segue that nicely into, but we know some other corn farmers as well, don't we?
No, I was
Corn
listening
chuckers.
to Electro Swing when I did corn. Just because. Yes, I'm still listening to it.
Of course you
I'm
are.
curious.
I'll say just on the other stuff. There's some fun stuff that we've come across in the Twitterverse, if you will. Is
These are my boys farming corn.
it's two separate
Young.
accounts? It's got to be two separate accounts. Two separate accounts, two
Yeah,
separate
it's-
computers.
2 separate accounts, 2 separate computers. They're both farming corn in New Dawn.
Nice. Topless, of course.
Yeah, they don't like wearing shirts. And
That's
also,
okay.
they don't like wearing pants much either.
I was gonna say every picture that my wife posts of our kid on Facebook is he's not wearing pants. Every picture.
Always introduce your children to cults early. They also do. They did Polaris story mode dungeon together. My little one, the youngest one is 5. He calls it koi ponds. All the water he calls koi ponds.
Okay.
It's from an episode of The Office where Michael falls into a koi pond.
Okay.
But for whatever reason, now he just calls small bodies of water koi ponds.
It's koi ponds.
Yeah.
Like, only if it contains koi. I mean.
Jim trips him. No, he doesn't trip him. But he just goes like this. He just goes. He just leans. Michael like grabs him for balance and he leans back like this. What? and lets him fall in. But yes, it's a pretty great episode. Yeah, they love The Office. In fact, my 5-year-old has a little Office book, like they made a children's Office book.
Of course.
It was like children's version of the characters.
Oh yeah.
And Toby's still Toby, which I find hilarious in the children's book.
We've got a whole bunch of children's books that you would never think are actually children's books.
But yeah, now it's interfering with my time because they'll come down and want to play Secret World.
Right, they're like, we've done it before. We can do it again. Right.
So the little one, the chair over here next to me is now called the Secret World chair. That's what he calls it. Yeah, exactly, Masek. Yeah, they subject me to this. So I'll be playing. The little one will come down and demand to play, and then he'll be like, "Hey Jimmy, follow me over here. Hey Jimmy, come over here. Jimmy." And he makes me follow him around the game, so I can't get anything done. And then later,
like I'm doing my own quest.
The older one will come down and be like, "Oh, I want to play too," and then I get kicked out. And I just went upstairs. Like I took that picture and went upstairs. They were playing down here for like 30 minutes by themselves. But yeah, they're there's something else.
Mm-hmm. I worry about that actually as a father now. I worry about how do I introduce my son to gaming. And
just because
I still haven't fully figured it out yet, but he enjoys our tablet.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. Like we have like the little, the mini Super Nintendo you could get.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I was thinking about that. Yeah, I was thinking about getting like an old school like NES.
They tried emulator. That a little bit, and even like Mario, and they weren't really grasping it. But my older one got into Minecraft, like he wanted a Minecraft because he saw YouTube videos on it, and then he got into it. He'll be in there for hours. I'll come in and he's created this huge creation. And now he knows commands. Like he's learning the console commands. He knows tab like auto-completes. So even if he doesn't know how to type the whole command, he'll tab and complete it. And now he can move around the 3D world just fine. So he sort of like skipped Nintendo and went right to like first person 3D world. Yeah. Which you think is actually harder because he's using the mouse and keyboard at the same time, right? Like two different control buttons.
I was like, right now he just uses our tablet, awesome. And he's actually just he's discovered a whole bunch of games on his own because we just let him use like the PBS Kids Games app or something. Yeah, and I let him do that. Yeah, and like he's already like he's playing some game where like what game is that? Where'd you find that game at? Like he's even installing them and playing them himself, and we're like, okay. Well, you do.
Oh yeah, my kid must have hours of YouTube like watching Minecraft people. Also, it's how I've been roped into spending hours installing mods for Minecraft because he sees some streamer with something, and then I have to figure out what the hell mod that is.
What mod is this?
And how to install it. And then sometimes they just have like custom stuff, and I got to be like, dude, sorry, like that doesn't exist. They just made it up for the video.
That is how Minecraft streamers became huge because children watch them. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're trying to get the child audience, but I don't quite
get in there and mod up some stuff for your son. Oh man, one of the mods broke his heart. They had a natural disasters mod, which like you could like cause a volcano to form.
Oh no!
And then it naturally occurs, and it's like to scale, like it's huge. Right? And that's great, but he left the mod in there, and then he built his
something
thing,
huge, yeah.
and then randomly, like 2 weeks later, a sinkhole appeared under his thing because it's a natural disaster mod, and sinkholes randomly appear. And yeah, all his stuff went away in the sinkhole, so we removed that mod, so it's not in there anymore. Poor guy. Because he spent
You're
so
like,
much
this
time
mod
building
ruined
it.
my stuff. You're like, yeah, that's the fun of the mod.
Well, he liked it because you could put commands and like force it to spawn, volcanoes or things where you wanted.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it also was just in like random natural disaster mode. So that was a problem. But yeah.
But
yeah,
they
they
making
really
stuff
like,
making stuff a pain in the butt for yourself is sometimes a lot more fun.
But they do really like Secret World. It's some like on Saturdays especially, they'll come down and demand to play dungeons. The corn thing was actually pretty new, but they've done dungeons a bunch.
I like that. Forget Minecraft and Kingdom Hearts. Just go right into Demon Souls, right? Be like, play this first.
I was gonna say just go Dark Souls 3.
Just
Like make him earn that badge of honor.
Be like, every game is like this.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't dodge in time? You're dead. Sorry.
That'll go play something else and be like, this is not as hard as that was. Be like, yeah, but now you're better for it.
Right. Oh, you blinked, you're dead. Sorry. I still have the Dark Souls on my list to stream, actually. I have Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, and I've not played them.
I've got 1 and 2. I don't have 3, but I've got 1 and 2. Someday.
Dude, Ninja Gaiden. I was super okay. This is gonna date me horribly, but I rented Ninja Gaiden for Xbox from the video store when those used to exist, and that was the thing you could do.
Oh yeah.
I rented Ninja Gaiden for Xbox, and I beat it in the rental period.
Nice.
Like
okay.
5 days or something.
Yeah.
I was literally just drinking Mountain Dew and eating Nestle Crunch bars for like 5 days straight, just playing Ninja Gaiden, and I beat it and then returned it. I was so happy.
How we survived, I don't know.
That is the Xbox, not the original. That's true, but still, come on, 5 days.
After parenting talk, I thought he said, "You blinked, you are dad," and I was like, "Well, yeah."
That's how it happened. Yeah,
that's sort of how you get there in the first place.
When the hell did this happen?
I like this one. Masick said, "Every now and then I'm having a bad game night. My wife asks for things are going, like all losses, and she's like, okay, well, don't come to bed until you win." Always cracks me up. That's great.
I only sleep with winners.
If you haven't won, you're sleeping on the couch.
That's right.
I'll be 40 this month. I grew up with the original versions of Castlevania and Ninja Gaiden, so I'm done on the. Yeah. No, I'm already 40, so I feel you.
Yep. I'm getting there.
I didn't grow up with Nintendo, unfortunately, but I got a PC at like, I don't know, 11 or 12 or something. I remember getting PC Gamer discs and shoving them in my 386, and then getting my grandpa to send me a math coprocessor for the 386.
See, I grew up with my first was an Atari, not the 2600, but whatever the other one was, 5600. I don't know, but I still think one of the hardest games of all time, because I got a lot of Atari games back then. I played them. I beat all of them. I mean, I even in when I had the Atari, I beat E.T. Like, I played the heck out of E.T. It's considered one of the worst games of all time. I played the heck out of it. But there was a game that's called, at the time, actually, yeah.
Oh, Stravos. I had a friend that got a Commodore 64, and I went to their house and I played with them on it. I think we played like Pong or something.
I was like,
Because
but
I didn't have anything from like 11 or 10 like and younger. I didn't have anything, but I would go to friends' houses. We didn't even have a TV.
I remember my friend had a Nintendo. I remember that was big. But I still think one of the hardest games of all time is Atari. It's called Impossible Mission. sort of Mission Impossible, but it's Impossible Mission. And I never came anywhere close to beating that game ever. And playing it now, forget it. It's impossible.
You know, I remember playing on my PC that was pretty funny. I had the Mega Man games for PC, and then I got a newer. I got like a 486 or something, and then it was really difficult to play because those games used to be scaled to your CPU. So you started the game, and the first dog runs at you and does this, and you're dead. Because it's scaled to the CPU speed.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, I remember fighting really hard to get to, like, past the dog and to, like, the level choice area. Cause, like, I was like, fire, jump! And your guy's like, meow! Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The single dog like does like 10,000 attacks in 1 second. You're like, oh my god!
when the actual thing you're fighting is the CPU itself.
Yeah, I eventually found or they came out with like a declocker program or something that you ran before you ran the game.
Mm-hmm.
So it would pretend that your CPU was slower, so the game wouldn't spaz out.
Yeah, DOSBox.
I remember trying to get as far as I could with it on like turbo mode. That's a challenge. That is a challenge.
Like nowadays, it wouldn't even let you. Just not even a half second.
Oh yeah. You boot up the game and it turns off. Nope,
it's like beep, nope, and you're like, wow, it keeps crashing. Be like, no, you're not actually crashing. You're actually losing and dying. In that time period. Good times. I do love old games. I'm not going to lie. I love them.
Sometimes I have that problem where it's just like, you love something old that you remember liking, and then I look at it and go like, was I eating lead paint chips under power lines as a child? What the hell is wrong with my brain? DOSBox is amazing chicken stew.
It's absolutely amazing, and all of its and all of its different. Well, like an example, like I said, E.T. I played E.T. I didn't think it was bad at the time. I was like, "This is
there's
fine.
a couple.
This
there's
is
a
good."
couple cartoons that I've seen that I remember. I remember being like not even that young, like a teenager, maybe a young teenager. But like a teenager, and I would like watch these cartoons. It was like into the plot, and then I see them like on Adult Swim or something. You know, now I'm like, oh my god, I was dropped on my head. What the hell?
Most gamers of our generation end up being just a little bit masochistic from those old games. Yeah, a little bit.
Speaking of that, just last night I finished Wolfenstein: The New Order finally.
Okay.
But I started that game on. What is it, like Uber Nightmare? Like,
okay.
Oh yeah.
I've never played the game before in my life, and I was like, "What difficulty? Oh, let's just go max."
I was listening to an old podcast, doesn't exist anymore, but it was two guys, and I specifically remember them once talking about like, oh, what difficulty do you play? Like, you know, what difficulty to choose? And they're like, middle. Like it's like whatever they give you a difficulty option, it's like you don't choose the first one, you don't choose the last one. It's like middle. Just choose always middle option.
Well, also a lot of games tend to like auto select middle for you, and then you could change it, right? Mm-hmm. So there was a little window of time for me where I was doing that with new games. Like if I wanted to play it harder, I would do that later when I actually knew the game. But going into a new game, I would play it at what I would perceive as the intended experience, right? They designed it here, and if you're crazy, they like ratchet it up.
Yeah.
And nowadays, at least for like FPS stuff, I'm just like, screw it.
Yeah, just go hard. We'll see how difficult this is.
What was it? Witcher 3. I was like, screw it. And then I died like 30 times in the first night streaming it or something. Morat's Revenge, it's item you could buy, costs a ridiculous amount of money, no script when it does. It kills you.
This is the best run I've had. I have enough for this item. And done.
We have that.
You're like, why? Why would you do that?
We have an item like that in Secret World. It just doesn't cost a lot. Morath Guy's Revenge.
That's the entire revenge, right?
Just because.
You're still?
I'm still listening to it. I haven't stopped. Never stop. I haven't stopped listening to it the entire time.
Jimmy just plays life on hard mode, I think. Just
Whenever
there's a difficulty, you're like, what would make recording this podcast a little more difficult? listening to something that no one else is listening to.
On loop.
For what, 10 hours?
It's only been going 23 minutes, guys. It's only been going 23 minutes.
I've told you about our local radio station's Eye of the Tiger thing before, right?
I'm not sure.
No? Okay. There was this local radio station, and it's like one of the most popular radio stations in our area. They one time had they had this promotion, and it was during the time of Survivor, when Survivor was big. And it was their own version of Survivor, in which they just took an RV, they put people into the RV, and they had people living in this RV, except they just played Survivor's Eye of the Tiger on repeat.
I think maybe you have said this.
Yeah.
Did it go way too long and they have to call it?
It went way too long. Yes.
Okay.
That's what made it fantastic. Is they were expecting like people just be like, no, I can't. Like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, they just played nothing but Eye of the Tiger Survivor at a heavy volume, and they were expecting people people to drop off, and for maybe a couple of days later to be like, oh hey, we have a winner. But no, it lasted like a month and a half, and eventually the city of Philadelphia had to come in and just shut them down. They're like, these are inhuman conditions. You can't do this to people.
I would have been there like, can I take this tape to go? I'd like to continue listening to it on the way home, please.
But I think the big prize was something to a concert, like tickets to a concert on a private island in the Bahamas. So it was like a really cool prize that they were giving away for it, and they ended up every person who even participated in it, and they were like, "You're all going."
Screw it, you won.
Don't sue us, yeah.
It's like in the very first dungeon testing, before dungeons were live in Legends, when the hell raised alarm went off and then didn't stop going off, the whoop 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 on that boss, and it glitched and just didn't turn off the whole rest of the dungeon. And we wiped a ton of times on boss 5. And 30 minutes or more on Eblis alone. Never mind boss 5. And everyone else muted their sound except me. I was sitting there whoop, whoop.
You're like, I can keep doing it. Yeah.
No, not Eternal Hell Raised. I think. Is it Hell Eternal? No, you're right. It is Hell Eternal. I'm sorry. Hell Eternal boss 4. You are right. It is Hell Eternal because Eblis is Hell Eternal. Yeah, the succubus that spawns the machine tyrant guys and sets off the alarm. But
see.
yeah, that was pretty funny. As far as like content stuff, well, we still have the streamer things.
I was gonna say, yeah, we've got a couple of just fun things through the Twitterverse. Secret World Legends put out an emergency alert for Thanksgiving.
Remember, you're gonna get logged out.
I saw it.
The key there is to be in chat with everyone, even when they turn off their audio, just chime in with it. Okay, so Masic, funny anecdote. I just kept jumping in time with the whoops. And Yatashi was in there. She was in the testing as well. And Yatashi was getting mad because I was causing her brain to hear the whoops, even though the audio was off. Because I was jumping in sync with them, and she could see me. And so even though her audio was off, she was like hearing it in her head.
She's like, I can hear video.
I have a clip of it on my YouTube. It's not a long clip. It's a few minutes. Just the last few minutes of Hell Eternal with the whoops. Oh yeah, we never finished the Twitter stuff. Or no, did you share that one already or no?
No.
Maybe not.
No, Ocho is just about starting to talk about it.
Yeah, there we go. Yes.
Yeah, that was the Legends one. Which I'm curious what that... It says like something takes place tonight. Like, one of the weird characters.
Right. Protect your family. Stay safe this Thanksgiving. Wear a mask, distance, get tested, and remember Kingsmith.
Blah, blah, blah. It takes place tonight. Blah.
Oh, it takes place tonight. When I first saw that, I was like, "Ooh, what are they doing? What is this? What is this?" It is like, "Oh no, it's just fun." Saw that. We like that.
Oh wait, where'd my? Oh, it's up here. Okay.
If you are cold, they are cold. Let them inside.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, that's a good one too. I don't know.
Yeah, I like that one. There's still a bunch of weird characters.
Just weird stuff. Just post weird stuff. We're okay with that.
It looks like a skeleton or something, or like a ghost, like an ice ghost.
But of course, just playing off that, if you see an animal outside, if you are cold, they are cold.
And then
let them inside.
Did you already do the Barnyard one?
Not yet.
No, that's a fun one.
Here.
Then a post by Insane.
Yeah, it's like a Legends swirl with barnyard animals, chickens. Oh, I like that. I hadn't seen that. I hadn't seen the comic one. Somehow I missed that. Chicken Stew said, "My people." That's pretty great.
Nine for sorrow, 6 for gold. Of course, referring to the Kingsmith mission.
Of course.
Of course.
So the other thing I was going to talk about was I've observed some new
streamers. Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
One of them was in here earlier, Alex Wolf. But yeah, there's been a few new. I mean, they're not all necessarily new streamers. I would say they're new.
They're new to us.
Newer to streaming SWL. I think Super Hobby actually played it in the past, or played TSW in the past. I think possibly Balance Swift did it too, but I'm not sure. Fear had to have played it like a while ago because they have the Revenant weapons.
So these are just streamers that we found recently that are playing Secret World, and so you should, if you see them playing Secret World, go and say hey.
Yeah. So Fear is a lot of fun. I don't know how often they're streaming Legends. I think Super Hobbit's been streaming like pretty much every night. Phalix Wolf, I think Thursdays. He said. I know he's streaming today, and I think he said Thursdays for sure. Jake on Therapy I saw on Tuesday. And I got to see them do the flute challenge in Orochi Tower by ear, which was pretty fun to watch as they kept hitting like wrong keys or missing a note. But they eventually got it, so props to them for that. So yeah, the ever expanding community of people streaming the game. It's still funny to me too that like. Most streamers don't think anyone else streams it.
Yeah, every streamer is like no one
do you
streams
still play
this
this
game.
game?
We're like, they do.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, that's not true. but it's always nice to have more. There certainly are plenty of times when there's no one streaming the game, that's for sure. And some people only stream it like one day a week or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't see them on that one day for that one, few hour window, then you wouldn't see them. Even I have more days off than I used to, just because of like COVID and kids' school changes and work changes and stuff. Because I used to stream literally every night, or every day, either in the morning or at night. I streamed like every day, and now I have like
twice a day.
Yeah, sometimes twice a day. Dude, I was burning the candle at all the ends. There was more than that candle. I was wrecking myself hard.
Burning the candle on the sides too.
Yeah. I just added wicks like all the way around. But no, I have like Tuesdays and Saturdays off now. Unless something changes. I think last week because I didn't stream on a different day, I might have done like Saturday or something, but generally Tuesdays and Saturdays I don't stream now. And I have like Wednesday, Friday as like non-Secret World days, so I have less Secret World days than I used to, just because I have less days. But I don't know. It's nice to see other people streaming the game in different sections. I think Fear actually made it to New Dawn when I was watching them last.
Yeah, that was Monday.
He did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Fear made it to New Dawn. I think Super Hobbit's still in Blue Mountain, I think. Phalix Wolf is in Egypt. And I want to say Jacob is they finished the tower. So they should also be on the way to New Dawn pretty quickly, I would think. Although I guess it depends how much else they do in Tokyo. But if they just continue the story, then they'll be in New Dawn pretty quick. The greatest thing about MMOs, sometimes people will come back around to try it when they get tired of the current one. Yeah, I see that. Egypt is always the hardest ring to get through. Never cared for it. I've heard that a bit. Yeah, I've heard that a bit. I like it more. I think that a lot of other people, I've met with people that like Egypt, so it's not just me. But I think you really have to play like all the stuff in Egypt. I think if you 100% Egypt, as time consuming as that can be, I think you just have a much better appreciation for the zones, for Scorched Desert and City of the Sun God. You know, like you just have a better understanding of what's going on and why it's the way it is.
A lot of the story in Egypt is in the side missions.
Yeah. See, the single has an investigation mission that's terribly difficult, but reveals so much and such a striking story. Yeah, the Sun God has jump pads now, which is helpful.
But most of the issues with City of the Sun God ended up being more something just sending you to the other side of the map, and just traversing the map was just such a pain.
Yeah, they fixed that though in Legends. Like you just pour it all over the damn place.
Yeah, and that's why they added all the jump pads and all the ports and all the whatnot. Yeah.
It's really the auto ports when you're going through the story. The biggest thing about that is it unlocks so many anima wells. So if you do want 100% the story, the 100% and do other missions, right? If you've done the story part of it first, you have most of the wells unlocked, so you can actually port around. You know, instead of having to like traverse the terrain. Just because. I think it's pretty impressive that I'm carrying on a distinct conversation about this while listening to this at the same time.
Yeah, you're not doing so bad. You have trained a long time for this stuff.
Got the eye of the tiger, Mikey. Got the eye of the tiger.
Bam. I can't sing it.
Yeah, totally. You're gonna get a strike. What the hell, man?
Don't hum it.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
You know some of the great characters I love and some of the biggest I don't care characters in the game. A lot of people dismiss like the statues. I think if you play certain missions, the statue like kids become more relatable, and their backstory like it. You know, when you find out more about it, I think it's better. I like the Jinn. You basically, if you just in Legends, if you speedrun the story, like you don't ever see the Jinn. You don't ever do his missions. You never even find him. But the Jinn and his missions, I think, are really good. And then, of course, you have Angry Earth, which some people like and some people don't. Some people don't like the pyramid. I like Angry Earth. Also, I feel like Angry Earth has some really cool, clever uses of like light and shadow. There's some neat little spots where like the way they're shining a light. There's this one spot where there's like a bunch of rubble, and there's a little scorpion in front of a little hole, and behind that hole there's like a torch. And so on the wall, when you come around the corner, there's this giant shadow of the scorpion. But then you turn, and you actually have to look to even see it. It's this little scorpion sitting in front of the hole with the light, and it's just shining through. It's so good. And I mean, I bet you most people just run right past it, don't even notice it. But in general, Funcom's use of like light sourcing is really good. If you think about like the Gaki instance in the parking garage, right? There's like you go to pick the lock and you need like a key card or something, and a flashlight flickers in the corner, and then there's like a shadow of the dead guard's body like is on the wall. Like, oh, I should probably go over there. There's no arrow pointing you there. It's literally just using
timing and environment. Yeah.
Yeah. What used to glitch so much back in the day? I'm missing which thing you're referring to. Stravis. Oh, the little shade monsters in the parking lot? The Gakis are the little girls that, like, if they reach you, you die. The faction mission has shades that actually, like, pull you around. But the Gakis are the little girls. Yeah, they can desync sometimes. Like, I've had it where I'm looking at them and it's like it doesn't think they're looking at me and they blink forward. So I'm like, no, I'm looking at you. Stop that. Back in TSW, they used glitch. I honestly don't remember them being that big of a deal in TSW. There are only 2 missions in games, right? Garage and Tower. I think I was telling Jaycon, I think, when I used to stream in the mornings, I used to run the whole tower every morning to kick off the stream. That was like just to start the stream. Other people are like, oh my God, I slogged through the tower so much. Oh my God. I'm like, yeah, okay, I do the tower every morning for breakfast, literally. Because, fun fact, if you do the tower from the first floor up to the last Anansi, like not the penthouse, right? Just the Orochi floors, you get all your dailies. All of them.
Everyone.
First and second set. Yeah. It gives you enough main missions and side missions in a row that you actually, and kills, monster kills, that just doing all the floors grants you all the dailies. People have trouble with the length of the tower. I don't know if people really have trouble with the tower itself, like as difficulty-wise, but I've heard a number of people complain that it just it took forever, which is just boggling to me because like you're complaining about content, right? Like you had stuff to do and then you did it. Why is this bad? But yeah, it is something
because doing it took too long.
I've heard more than a few times. Totally meant to be done 3 floors per day. Zen, someone was thinking of the old game. TSW had a randomized 3 floors. So in TSW, you would grab a key card, start a floor, and then it would randomly take you to a next corporation, and then randomly to a third corporation, and then the penthouse. So it was only 3 floors ever. So if you wanted to experience all of them, you had to repeatedly do the tower and hope for RNG. And then sometimes memory cards would drop that would let you pick a floor to go to. Now, what this did for them in the old game is it let the tower be like a repeatable content grind, right?
Yep.
If you want achievements, if you want to experience everything, you have to do it over and over, and it's RNG, so you have to do it more times than you even want to, right? I much prefer the experience of ascending the whole tower as part of the story, personally. Right?
It did kind of feel in TSW like it was sort of anticlimactic. Like you got to the tower and then it was just 3 floors.
It was blip, 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 penthouse, you're done, right?
Yeah.
But then you went and recycled it.
There.
It was recycled content. I much prefer discovering all the little things about the floors, right? As you go through, looking at the whiteboards, like lore, everything, and really ascending the whole tower. I much prefer the Legends version. Chicken Soup said, yeah, when they specifically said they wanted to feel like you're actually climbing the tower. Yeah, I feel it's better as well. First time through, you enjoyed it? Didn't do the tower till SWL, so I thought it was a long slog, but it's fine. I mean, I enjoyed it in TSW, but I also like ground the shit out of it, right? Because I wanted all the floors.
Mm-hmm.
But I just do feel like it's a better story experience, even if it's a long one.
Like I think I didn't even see the Pac-Man floor until like 2 months after I started playing the tower in the first place. Just RNG just didn't let me do it.
Yeah, that does, like Kaigan said, the Dusty Dark mission is epic. I like the Dusty Dark. I know some people get have not fond feelings for that mission. You don't like the Pac-Man floor? That is blasphemy. Pac-Man floor is awesome. I did the Pac-Man floor in Jimmy mode. Yes, that's Zen. That's another. Okay. So Jimmy mode is something that
It's
the
special
lead designer made back in the beta.
for Jimmy.
Or I'm sorry, this past summer there was like a closed beta for the patch. At some point during the closed beta, the lead designer Novell made Jimmy mode because I like to do weird stuff in the game. If you've ever seen my YouTube, I've done stuff like upside down, on bananas, on xylophones, with like
Just
one
for
item
fun.
power runs, just weird stuff. So he made this buff like on his lunch hour, and it applies random effects to you. It'll randomly switch your controls, like left and right, up and down, or just like left and up will flip, or just back and right will flip, or any variation or combo of controls. Also, a lot of times it likes to just make only the forwards key work, but the forwards key only goes a different direction other than forwards. Like forward goes left, but you can't move any other direction, or forward goes back, but you can't move any other direction. So it's kind of like the drunk effects, but there's a lot more variations of it, and it's a little more punishing, especially when all you can do is back. All you can do is back is really bad. But on top of that, it also does stuff like randomly spawn a swarm of leets that attack, and some of them attack you and some of them don't. So they're kind of camouflage. You have to wildly swing at them before they kill you. Or it'll spawn like a Tokyo Golem, or a werewolf from Dark Agartha spawned on me in the train mission. And there is not enough room on the train
because
to run from
it hit
Pain
as
Howl.
soon as you got to the part where the train catches on fire.
Yes, the train catches on fire. The werewolf spawns randomly. My controls are flipped. And the werewolf does Pain Howl, which makes a giant AoE, and I have nowhere to run. I can stand next to the werewolf or run into the fire. And even me running is tricky because my controls are flipped.
Fantastic.
So on my 28-hour stream where I made a new character and ran it to the end of the game in 28 hours, I think it's 23 hours of that the character had Jimmy mode. Like 5 hours in, Novell showed up and put Jimmy mode on my character, and it had it on the whole rest of the game. Somewhere in Savage Coast, I acquired Jimmy mode buff. And I did all kinds of like had donation goals for the Extra Life Children's Miracle Network thing. I had goals were like, if I hit this next donation goal, I'll do X thing with Jimmy mode on. So it was fun. And yeah, so I did Pac-Man with my controls getting mucked with. Would y'all say this game is worth getting into? Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
It's free. It has literally the best writing of, I would say, arguably any game I've ever played. And it was worth it for that alone. Like even if you were like, I don't like the end game, or I don't want to do whatever, like if you're a fan of good writing, and you have some free time, like you could just play it for free. All the story's free. You're on stream.
No, because I was looking at that. I think that's Fear Deer.
Is it?
She was running around. I think so. The pumpkin head over here by the.
Is that her character's name? I honestly don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either. That's why I was checking. I was like,
but it looks just like it. Except I think hers was glowing. Or was glowing last time I saw it.
I was like, they're not naked. There is an actual that. That's not a naked bug.
They got a cover.
The actual naked bug where people
I'm
just show up and
censoring
just
the
be
stream.
literally naked.
We can do the naked bug. That's doable.
Like you can make that trigger.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You don't know how to do that?
No.
By the way, Super Hobbit's streaming right now. I was checking to see if Theodore was. Yeah. So you need the Hovertech stealth board.
Okay.
So you put on the hazmat suit uniform, and then you get on the Hovertech stealth board, and then you use invisibility, and you cancel out of invisibility. Beta tested Mortal Online 2 this weekend. There was a wild Unity as option. I was not ready for how much new they're going to get. What am I doing in endgame? But I need to sub for stuff like you don't need to sub for endgame. I mean, it certainly will help you get there probably a little bit quicker, but it's not necessary. Yeah. Especially since they removed the keys for dungeon and scenario and loot. So none of that requires keys anymore. So you can just grind it as much as you want. There's patron benefits for sure. They would like let you like open like a lockbox every day and stuff like that.
Or mission cooldowns a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, mission cooldowns shorter. But dungeons, you can just run dungeons nonstop. So
yeah.
Let's see about subs to 8-hour missions and a double SPAP. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that helps.
Let's see, where's the best? There we go. All right, so it's not as cool looking on the male character.
Yeah, we don't have dog sliders.
Well, I think because it puts you in underwear that you can't actually wear, by the way. Like it's defaulted on your character or something. Where's my Hovertech board?
Which Hovertech board? I've got 3 of them.
Stealth board. Stealth board. There we go.
Okay. I don't have that
board. Uniform. Okay. You don't have the stealth board?
Not the stealth one, no.
So you turn yourself invisible, right? And then whoop.
Gasp.
So that's just like what's on your character by default. But on a female character, it doesn't cover the chest either. $36 gigs. It should. Mastic, if you've not played in a little bit, I think it should be closer to 38. But it should be somewhere in there.
Yeah, we're not talking Modern Warfare type of size.
Mine is currently sitting at 48, but I haven't. That's a long installation period.
Let's see. There we go. I meant to get hoverboard and sale was over because procrastination is love. Yeah, the Hovertech stealth board is probably like the most useful sprint in the game if you were to purchase it, because you can activate its ability and it makes you invisible. But also, even if anything's already started like aggroing you, it de-taunts things in a certain area. Yeah, it's 20 seconds of invisibility, but it's also a de-taunt, Zen. See you, Masic.
Later, Masic.
Oh, it's midnight. It's the witching hour.
Oh, that it is.
Just because.
It's still. course. Why would I expect you to
know
turn
it.
it
An
off?
hour loop. Why?
yeah.
Why not?
Why
It's all-
would
hey,
I ever expect it to be otherwise?
56, almost 57 minutes. I'm gonna hit an hour straight of this real soon. On and on, my friends. Just because,
I'll say you're so close.
right? We could just hang out for another 2 minutes and 50 seconds.
Yeah, why
And
not?
we're gonna have a solid hour of Brack sing.
Solid
Song That
hour
Never Ends.
of Brack singing the song that never ends in Jimmy's head.
With Jimmy dancing half naked on the screen.
It's turned into one of those streams. That's right.
We got that far.
Achievement unlocked.
I think it's funny that it keeps the gloves though.
Yeah.
It kept the gloves from my outfit.
Gloves in the hat. Gloves in the headpiece. So yeah, not a whole bunch of news. Like I said, just to reiterate what we had going on. Hollopoint's graphic novel, of course, you could find that on the forums, and I would heavily go check it out. It does spoil the story if you don't know the story already, but it's amazing. Blodwedd Secret World novels are all available throughout the holiday season on Kindle Unlimited, and she just released Hard Cleft this past October, so go check out Blodwedd's books, The Unofficial Legends of the Secret World. And then, of course, we'll probably have in the next week plus, we'll have the winter event starting. We don't know what's going to be going on with it. Krampusnacht.
Krampusnacht.
We'll be starting.
Bless you.
Listen, our guess is probably between the 10th and the 12th. So we'll see. We'll see. And yes, I said as Halloween is a big time in Secret World, so is the winter event. The winter event is one that is not to be missed.
Yep, got in. We're gonna visit Nipplheim, as I like to call it. What, does no one else call it Nipplheim? Is that just me?
Probably.
Whole lot of people do.
I'll say so. Yeah. So our next stream, which will be hopefully in 2 weeks.
There we go, Chicken Stew. Thanks for the backup.
Always. Our next show will be Thursday, December 17th, at which point we will be discussing the winter event and everything that's going to be going on with that. Just because.
Hold on, before it. Just because. Oh, yep, we're at an hour. Hour and 7 seconds.
Nice. All right. On that note, agents, this has been the 0 Point Report, Strain 32-PTG. You can catch us recording live every other Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time here on the 0 Point Report Twitch channel, where you can also join us and chat with us while we do the show live, or download our show wherever podcasts are found so you can listen to us on the go. Jimmy, where can we find you online?
All over the place.
All over the place.
JimmyTheRabbit.com, Twitch.tv/JimmyTheRabbit, YouTube.com/JimmyTheRabbit, and at one Jimmy the Rabbit on Twitter, because screw that guy that stole my name.
Phil.
We'll get him. We'll get him someday.
There's one post from 9 years ago. You asshole.
The bastard.
Ember, where can we find you?
Pretty much all over as well.
It's just all over. We just
I'm all
cover
over.
it. We just cover it.
You can find me here on Twitch at 2Ton Waffle.
Okay.
Also on Twitter, it's 2TWO Ton Waffle.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
And I'm Ocho. You can find me both on Twitter and here on Twitch at Big Mikey Ocho. I am not everywhere, though. I do not consider myself everywhere. You can get in touch with us by engaging with the show on Twitter at 0 Point Report, emailing us at the 0 Point Report at gmail.com, checking out previous shows on our YouTube channel, and joining us on our Discord server, both named the 0 Point Report.
Just because.
From all of us here at the 0 Point Report, we want to thank you for tuning in and wish you all the best from the secret world. Have a great night, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Bye everyone.
Have a good night.
Just because.